Further automation. Carrying on with the complex example from the previous video, there are some objects that have some specific filters that only apply to those specific objects. For example, in the camera we have a feature called Target On. Here we have an object that is movable around this spline. In the camera we have set the target to be on this object, so the camera is always following it. In this example, we're just manually moving the object around, but of course this object could be driven by something external. We could connect it to an encoder. All you need to do is create the encoder and the I/O connection and then connect that to the object. Equally, this object does not have to be attached to the spline. It could move freely in 3D space. If the camera is a PTZ camera that we can control the pan and tilt on, then of course we can send the data out to it and make it an automated system. Then we can follow an object or a talent on stage, for example. Another application of this filter is there is an option where you can define and manipulate the field of view of the camera based on the distance or size of this cube. If you switch to the perspective of the camera, you can see this cube is staying the same size while it is moving forwards and backwards to the camera. So the camera is automatically changing its field of view to zoom in and out to compensate for the movement of the cube. Just to prove this is dynamically updated, if we change the size of the cube, you can see it automatically follows in the field of view. You can now imagine with a mixture of a target filter and a field of view filter on top of a PTZ camera, you can now make an automated camera that will not only follow where a specific talent is, but will also start zooming in and out as the person is walking up and down stage. So now it's completely automated without having a user having to get involved in controlling anything. These are just some of the things that SP can do to automate some tasks you might want to do. All these things we've talked about just become data points, a number within our system. As long as it becomes a data set, whether it's a float or a string or a 3D vector or whatever data you have, you can find a way to manipulate all the parameters in the system. You can do this either by the node system we showed you in previous videos, where you can build up your own logic, or you can use some of the pre-built functions, or you can start scripting your own functions from scratch.